Hey guys, we're back on the farm here. We've got a few places picked out. Well, actually one place we settled on for putting those hoop houses up that we got for free. And I think we're gonna put them up as shade houses like we talked about. You can kind of see here. You might recognize this building here from other videos. This is the north side of the building we use. You can see about how much of that stays in shade all the time. Even here in the middle of the day, it's about noon right now. That much of that is just shaded all the time. But out here, we've got more space. So I'm gonna landscape fabric this whole thing. I've got 2 rows down now. I've got another row started. I'll probably do 4 or 5 more rows. And what I think I'm gonna do is put one hoop house here, running that way. And then beside it is gonna be open sunny area away from that hoop house. We'll shade cloth the hoop house. We'll leave the other one alone as it is. And then I could set up the irrigation over here, and I could set up some irrigation inside the shade house, and then we could use that shaded area right there for propagation and for more of a misting area. Now, update on this little propagation bed we set up here. It's about time to start propagating some more stuff, but I found out that gravel and the sand mix, even though it was mostly sand, it had enough gravel and different size rocks in it to where it packed solid as an absolute rock. So I'm gonna have to dig all that out of there by hand, and we'll probably move that to this side, and then we'll refill it up. I'll go buy some actual sand. So live and learn, who knew? But that's the plan for today. I'm gonna go ahead and get this topped off and see if we could start putting one of those hoop houses up, and then we could decide what we need to order for shade cloth. So here we go. All right, progress report here. We've got some of this down. As you can see, I mowed the grass as short as the mower would go, but it's still a little wavy. So if you've seen this stuff put down on YouTube and it looks easy, the slightest breeze or little bit of wavy grass really complicates this. It is not as easy as it looks on TV, folks. But we did get this down. And I've got some pipes and some boards on it. I've got staples and everything. We use some longer staples, like 8-inch staples. And we've got a bunch of them in. Probably, I tried to put in more than I thought I would need. And the ground's pretty rocky, which made it interesting as well. But this should give us enough room for the hoop house. The hoop house is actually 10 foot, which is one of those pipes. That's 10-foot pipe. So the hoop house will take up the first 3 here. And then we've got 2 strips, so about another 7.5, 8 foot over here so far. That's gonna be for plants out in the sun that don't need to be under the shade. And then we can set up our irrigation in there. Should be able to start tearing out some of the actual hoop house pipes, the half round pipes, and start setting the pipes. Start getting this thing set up and see what we got. All right guys, so we got this thing finished. We've got it up in the air. You can see here, it's a little rickety, a little crooked. It ain't perfect, but for where it's at, which is to say my place, you don't have to be crooked, or well, it probably is going to be crooked. It doesn't have to be perfect, and that's good. And it is stapled down. We've got some heavy 3/4 inch iron pipe. There you go. There you can see it. That we've got bolted to it, and we've got a few staples in it. That is not going to hold it when it has cloth on it. We're going to have to find a better way. But we did anchor the 4 corners with rebar. We drove about 18-inch stakes into the ground, left about 8 inches to 10 inches sticking up, and we actually slid the bars down onto them. So we've got the 4 corners anchored pretty good that way. Now we've just got to figure out a good way. I think what I'll do is probably dig some cement pillars with some hooks in the top and throw some cables on it to anchor it up. But it's done. And just this afternoon, we had to burn a big burn pile. Let's see, you can see it over here. Right there's a big ash pile. I'll scoop that up in the morning, but in the meantime, I moved our compost pile that used to be over here, and I turned it all over here. It's kind of hard to tell how big that is, but maybe with me by it. It's about 4.5 feet tall. There was a lot of straw in it, so I've got it wetted down. I've got it all turned over from where it was. I'm gonna throw a tarp on it, really wet it again, and then I'll just keep spinning that and try and get that compost going a little better. So we should be ready. I'm gonna order some shade cloth for that thing, and I'm gonna start building some benches for the inside of it. And then we should be ready to start propagating some stuff here. Second week of June, we should be able to start taking a lot of cuttings and get going. So I'll let you guys go, get this sun out of my eye. We'll see you next time.